it saved my life, However, now it's going to take me like a year to still. They don't tell you that part.
Right.
You just cannot stop taking this stuff.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I am trying to find a doctor so that I don't have to come in here, which I'm about to phase up where I won't have to come in here every day anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just, I was talking to that guy I was talking to that was sitting there when I pulled up.
Yep.
He has dosed almost all the way down off of it.
Okay.
And they will not move him. Like,
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
wild.
so, yeah, so it's just a whole thing. It's about the money. That's what it's about.
Of course. So let's talk.
It's crazy, huh?
Let's talk about the journey. So how did we get here?
Oh my gosh, we got here.
We got 23 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Give me the journey.
We got here. How did we get here? At 12, I started having hormonal migraines, right?
Okay.
My doctor prescribed Vicodin.
Okay.
My mom would only, when I was having a migraine, that's when she would give it to me.
Right.
We tried, preventative care is really big. Back then, it was just kind of like, we're talking, that would have been 80s, in the late 80s when that happened. When I was 12. So, but they had like, there's something called Maxthol, preventative. At the onset of a migraine, put this under your tongue, or, so he tried many, many, many things. So I get through high school, go to college, and and at that point I still didn't realize that I had a problem. Pledged a sorority, we're going out. I didn't understand though, why, okay, I gotta find a way to the doctor to get medicine because I'm hurting. Like, this is like true story. Hurting because of fibroid, endometriosis, fibroid tumors, like hurting, debilitating hurting.
Yeah.
And what I didn't realize was that, like, okay, if I didn't have the medicine, Chris, I wasn't going out.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. So had already progressed. I was already probably stage 2 of the addiction at that point because, it was controlling me.
Okay.
I did what I had to do. I did classes and my sorority meetings and everything, that I was involved in. But when it was left up to, okay, the things I wanted to do, like if I didn't have it, I did not know it. It didn't even hit me. Yeah. But then I get married. So I graduated in December 96 with my undergrad. Met my husband in 90, married in 98, 99, 98, stuff like that. Anyway, it wasn't until I got married that my husband actually helped me to see it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, he notices, we're with each other 24/7, so he's noticing the pattern, right?
Right. So he helped you to see what?
Yeah, I was like, what? Wow. So, what's interesting, at that time, to come off of the opioid pain pills.
Okay.
So, you have to understand, by this point, I'm getting lower tab 10s, I'm getting, Xanax, I'm getting like 90 to 180 a month.
So,
they're mine.
So he got you to see that you were addicted to the pills?
Yep.
Okay.
And then that's when we went to my doctor. The doctor actually used what I'm on now, methadone, to get me off of
the pills.
Off of the
pills.
The pills.
Okay.
So that worked for a while, and then it just kind of, I wasn't doing meetings now.
Okay.
So I still was just like using them, right? I was getting them. I would get a doctor to prescribe them. And so it wasn't like, how do I say? I was one of those functioning addicts.
Yeah.
I still taught, Chris. I still went to school, like the whole nine.
Yeah.
You wasn't sleepy. After a while, you stop getting high from it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the most dangerous part because yeah. Anywho, so let's see. Fast forward, here I am. My youngest child. I was married once. for 9 years, and I was engaged for 10 years to my youngest child's father.
Okay.
And of course, he was my enabler. So I walked away, other things happened. I walked away from that relationship 6 years ago. We're still, we co-parent well,
Okay.
but it just was so much that had occurred in the relationship. It just was a lot of damage,
Okay.
on his part, my part, all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, so I got back on the methadone because I relapsed.
Okay.
I went to rehab, did really well. Brought my dad in right after I got clean.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic, recovering alcoholic, tried to detox him in my home. Didn't work. I relapsed. Got back clean again. Did well, meeting, sponsored the whole, 12 steps, all that.
Yeah.
And, so now I am clean, but it's just, I'm clean and sober and I'm great. I really am. However, now I have to get off of this.
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
So explain what
tell you all of that.
Explain what this is.
It's methadone. So
Okay.
methadone it basically it takes the cravings of the whatever it is, heroin, whatever. It takes that craving away.
Okay.
But you just can't. Oh, I'm going to go to a clinic. You have to spiritually, physically, mentally, you have to do it all.
Okay.
Period. That does not just work. So you have people coming there who are smoking weed, with methadone, that intensive, they're doing stuff still.
Right.
And they're coming there. So,
So for you, has it always just been pills or has it been more?
Yeah, it went from pills to other substances.
Okay.
I never did crack,
Okay.
but anything up. Like how I loved cocaine, but that was nothing to come off.
Okay.
So when you know about addiction at all, a little bit, you think no?
Well, a little bit. So I'll put it this way. I was adopted at 2, right? My mother and father died from HIV, from sharing needles and all that. So it's always been my mindset of course, never touching drugs because of that.
Right.
But to say that I know, no. So that's why I'm asking these questions, right? Like, and if you're okay, I will like this to be a part of like one of my episodes for the podcast.
Yeah.
Only because the goal with this is just to inspire people, right?
Right.
So this is why, like, as you're telling your story, you can get as deep as you want to, or you can hold back as much as you want to.
Right.
But I want people to be able to see this and be like, yo, okay, all right, I know maybe not to go the medical way because I also don't want to be in that situation.
Right.
Because now it sounds like you're addicted to whatever they're trying to get you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't even feel like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I really, like, the weekends I don't come here.
Okay.
So I'm literally, Chris, going through my day and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I feeling weird? Why am I forget to take it? So am I addicted to it? No, my body is.
Okay.
My mind absolutely not.
So you feel like you got to take it because they telling you got to take it.
Yeah, because I've not taken it before.
Yeah.
You get sicker than you do when you can't find pills or when you run out of your prescription of pills. You get so dope sick. Yeah. So a lot of addicts, that's why they keep doing it. They're not even getting high.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be
sick. Yeah. Okay.
So other stuff, doing from the pills to powder occasionally, only on, like special occasion.
Okay.
And then I stopped that completely.
Okay.
And then no problems at all. And then of course, never did crack cocaine, never did heroin. I don't like being, so this is how I am sober, right?
Yeah.
I don't like being like slow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not me, never had to.
Yeah.
I hate alcohol.
Okay.
Of course, with my dad and everything I went through as a child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So do you think do you think that played a part into like the whole addiction thing?
Absolutely.
So can we talk about that?
Absolutely.